What's up? Welcome back, Enchanters, to another unboxing and review of X-Men the Animated Series Gambit Timed Edition from Mondo. If you're meeting me for the first time, I cannot wait not only to introduce myself, but for y'all to dive into this channel and this unboxing and review. My name is Jean-Pierre Bon Jovi. I'm a content creator, collector at heart. I'm also a retailer of many of the figures and statues and collectibles that you see on this channel. I am a Mondo retailer, but I do not carry these. It's just non-profitable at all for us to at all make a profit on these. So I actually buy this at retail because I am a massive X-Men the Animated Series collector, and I had to have this. I'm beyond excited. He's my second favorite character from the series outside of Rogue, so I'm so pumped to open this. Now, a little bit about this piece. Before we dive into it, don't forget to hit that smash button, subscribe to this channel. You can review every single piece from X-Men the Animated Series and Batman the Animated Series Mondo. These are 1/6 scale figures. I've purchased all of them. I'm a completionist, so you can go check those out on our channel. And this one that we have here was announced earlier this spring, and it was the Gambit Timed Edition.
Apprehend this!
How did you do that?
With style, Petit. With style.
Now this bad boy sold like within 2 days of going up for pre-order. Only 1,000 were released. That is it. They have not made an announcement whether or not there's going to be an unlimited version. And I have heard that there is. Someone did comment on the Mondo site. I don't have that screenshot. And Mondo did reply and say, stay tuned. Something is coming in 2024. I think it has something to do like right around Valentine's Day. Don't quote me on that. But I think with the new Rogue piece coming out, which they just announced about 2 weeks ago, here's an image of the brand new Rogue piece, which is my favorite character of the series. It seems as if they're going to do some sort of a pairing with both, or I don't know. Something's going to happen, but I'm excited. So if you missed your opportunity to get this piece, you will have it. And I will say this right now, this is currently the most expensive and rarest piece to be released from the series. It is the smallest edition size, so if you did miss out on this, I'm so sorry, but having to repurchase this on the secondary aftermarket is going to be a little rough for you. Because it's going to be averaging a little over $500 plus to get this, because you will not be able to repurchase it. Again, I never saw a piece sell out so fast from Mondo like this one, so something to bear in mind as well. So without further ado, let's open this bad boy up. Here's the unicorn. We have piece number 664 of 1,000. That's only on the outer box. I will be honest with you, I always open these just to make sure there's no dings or anything. If I have to report something damaged, there wasn't. But I did open it, and I noticed something which we're going to share with y'all in a moment. So this is the outer box. I'm not taking the contents out of the box, but I did notice something. So this is the outer box. Again, it just comes sealed as well, so you get that plastic. All of this you want to save. If you maybe in the future want to resell this figure, you're gonna get some big money for this, because I don't see it depreciating from its value because it's so scarce, and it's only 1,000 units. Everything else has had over 1,500 units or more from this series, so something to bear in mind. I lie. The Brown Wolverine is actually the smallest unit ever made. I think it's only like 660 something units of that was ever produced. But for some reason, it hasn't. It's not as desirable because it's a variant. Now, really excited about this. Let's zoom in on the art box. Looks amazing. It's Gambit, as you can see. It's that it's standard on all of these figures. You get that white and black like comic strip box. And of course, it's some of the concept art for the series. You're going to get that limited edition Mondo holographic sticker right here, which distinguishes this from the unlimited version, which, by the way, there is no unlimited version as of the recording of this video. There's been no announcement about that, but I do know it is coming. And you have Gambit here as he's colored, and again, pretty iconic. Now, if you are a collector of this or you're curious, first time being introduced to this, there are 2 pieces also launching. We are getting a Logan, which was the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive to 1,500 units. It's Logan in his pedestrian outfit. And it's like the pattern, the checkered yellow shirt, button-up shirt with the blue jeans and the brown leather jacket. So that one is coming out. I do have that on pre-order. I already paid for it. And we have the Omega Red, which I'm really excited. And now Rogue, who has been recently announced as well. So those are the 3 that we know that are coming. And I know Logan ships out like now from like December to January, then Omega Red, and then we have Rogue later next year. So really excited about that. Again, those all have already sold out. They were all timed edition pieces, so do bear that in mind as well. So let's go ahead and dive into this bad boy. So like all the others, this one is magnetic. It doesn't have Velcro, so similar to the others. You open it, there you're going to have Gambit, and a little bit more about Gambit as well as you open this. Again, no one does this like Mondo. These are 1/6 scale figures. When you hear 1/6 scale, that means if you were to get 6 of these and mount them one on top of the other, it would create a life-size version of their scale, of what they would be in true human form. So you have a little bit here. Y'all can pause and read that if you want. And then you have Gambit. Now, something I noticed from here, which is a little disappointing, is they did something different with this figure. And I know we're one of the first people reviewing this piece over on YouTube, but something you should know about this is they made it very challenging for you to flip this in the aftermarket if you have opened and tampered with it. Meaning if you've displayed it, which this is something I display out. I'm an outer box collector when it comes to these figures. But if ever in the future I wanted to flip these, I would drastically lose the value because Mondo did something a little different with this piece, and they added a safety like tab that once you remove it, there's no way you can put it back, which locks into place the plastic unit carton. So it locks us into place. You have to remove it, untie it, and unfortunately, once you do so, there's that you can't add it back. And this is it. You get this little black thing here, and I don't know, it's somewhere here. There we go, yes. And there's no way you can put it back. There just isn't. So that's the only way you can open this figure. Now, I've not opened it yet. And what's incredibly disappointing, I mean beyond disappointing, is this right here. A lot of the additional accessories, as you can see here, they're embedded within the box now. So removing them means you're going to be destroying the box. And granted, you could probably put them back, but it's obviously going to be known to the secondary buyer that this has been opened and used, and of course it's going to decrease the value. I don't know how I'm going to remove this stuff, but that's something to bear in mind, which absolutely blows. They really have made it difficult because this is taped on the side, so having to untape this is probably going to peel the box open, and very challenging to put this stuff back in there. They've just made it very difficult versus just adding an additional piece of plastic, like right on the back, like right here loosely, that you could just open and put back. I don't know why they didn't do that. They did that with Harley Quinn. I don't know why they didn't do it with Gambit. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go off camera. We're going to take everything out of the box. We're going to lay it, let you know what the exclusives are to this piece. And yeah, dive into this bad boy. Give this our review. I'm excited to take him out. He has my favorite color story out of any of the other mutants. After Jubilee, I think Gambit has the second best color story. So I'm really excited. Let's dive into this bad boy and let's give this a review. All right, so here we have it, Enchanters. Gambit is fully out of the box, and I will go ahead and say that there was an error in my piece. I am missing a portrait. I was supposed to get another portrait of Gambit smirking and smiling with his teeth. Unfortunately, they sent me the same portrait that comes in his... that's already on the figure. They sent me double of him. So I'm going to report that to Mondo. They're actually pretty good at sending the replacement, so that's quite unfortunate. But I did experience that. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the actual piece itself and its articulation. Now, you are going to get a stand with this, and I did pay attention. Before, the other stands were crimping the pieces onto the side, which was really annoying. These are not like that. So these do now have them right on the bottom, similar to the Batman the Animated Series. So I really appreciate that. So that's something to note, which could have ruined the paint, and it doesn't do that anymore. So let's talk about this Gambit here. I did put his bow staff on him. That's his bow staff. I think it's pretty awesome. You see the cell shading here on the side, reminiscent to that 90s cartoon animated cell shading aesthetic, which is quite rad. He does have articulation, so his arms do go all the way around. They do bend at the elbow. They're single jointed. It's a little difficult, but they do. And his hands have a little bit of they do have a give. Do they go back and forth? They just rotate, and they do, yeah, so they do move as well. So his wrists do move, and it goes around 360 as well. So that's for that. His head does go full 360. Again, that's obviously not necessary, but it does. He's going to have some wiggle room here at the torso and at the bottom as well, which is new. I haven't seen that before. So he wiggles here and here as well. Very little here. His legs do go up to a full, almost a full split. Do bear in mind that he does have his cape, which is that durable plastic material. Obviously this is all plastic, but it's that more like durable rubber. And then we have his legs. So his legs, they are just single jointed. Okay, he has a very little articulation in comparison to a lot of the other figures, and his feet will go back and forth, swivel side to side. They don't go up and down, they just swivel side to side. Something else to bear in mind, they don't do that. Oh yeah, they do. Okay, good. They do bend up and down. Okay, that remained the same. But those are his points of articulation. I think it looks phenomenal. The cell shading on the chest, the legs with that neon blue, just looks phenomenal. The trench coat looks amazing. His portrait, y'all, that's sexy. I mean, this piece is absolutely freaking amazing. Now let's go ahead and dive into the additional portraits. Now I'd be sitting here and lying to you if I said, well, this is the exclusive, because we don't know. What I do know for sure is this had to be the exclusive, which was the half Mystique, half Gambit portrait. Honestly, I'm not a fan. I'm going to tell you right now why I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan because they did this with Morph, where they added the Morph portrait to the Magneto and to the Wolverine pieces, and it's like there's a fear as if they're never going to make that character. And so, like, I hope they don't do the same for Mystique, because she was iconic. I think it's pretty awesome, and again, it's reminiscent of the episode, but I wish we wouldn't have had this as a portrait. That's just my honest opinion. And this has to be my favorite portrait because we have him unmasked. And there he is with his ponytail as well. That looks amazing, y'all. So do love that a lot. Trying to focus in here. There we go. So that's that. You do get this is Mystique's gun, like laser gun or pistol. So you do get this. That's pretty rad. You are going to get him holding onto this chain where he's starting to use his kinetic ability to, like, you know, like engulf it and then light it, which I thought was pretty rad as well. It is translucent. This is probably the most amazing accessory, and hits him throwing the cards. So it is a right hand. I love the detail here, and look at the fingers on the other end. I think that's so amazing. You have this clear flame resin. Ironically, it doesn't have any pink to it. It's more so like a flame orange, just a little bit of hues of pink, but very little. And then you have the cards here as well. And what I love is many times we've seen this, but you could see the cards. Here you can't. The cards they're being pulverized. So you can't really see the cards at all, just the shape of them. So you don't see like a spade or anything like that. So I thought that was pretty cool. Following that, you are going to get this treasure box. Don't ask me what this is. I know in the comment section, y'all are probably going to correct me and let me know what episode this is from. It's been a while, y'all. So you do get this right here. You are also going to receive, he can hold this like one of the cards ready to explode. I love this. I think this is such a cool detail. And you get 4 aces as well that he can hold. One moment as we zoom in on that. That's pretty rad. And by the way, Mondo shamelessly plugging in their brand as their brand logo on all the back of all these cards. One moment as we freaking zoom in right there. There we go. See, it says Mondo. Following that, I think this one's freaking rad. Look at this. Him shuffling the cards from one hand to the next, and what they did here with this effect is amazing. It does say Mondo peeking through there as well. 3 of hearts, just incredible detail. And then we have him with these cards on the other hand as well. It says Mondo. There's a stack of cards as well. Again, phenomenal. You then have these braces, which are I believe these are the cuffs. Where he's being restrained from that episode where he's cuffed up and he's being induced with electricity. So I thought that was pretty rad. You get both of these. They're a little malleable, which is rad. And now we're going to talk about the hand switch out. So you have both of his ones that come automatically with the figure. They're somewhat of a semi-open fist, which allows you to hold the bow staff. Then you have the closed fist. So you do have the closed fist. You also have the you have the open hands. Left and right. And lastly, you have this one where looks like he's ready to hold a card. It's just the right hand. Again, incredible detailing. And that wraps up the Mondo Timed Edition Gambit exclusive. Piece is remarkable. Again, the setbacks of this piece are there's very little articulation. The setback is it's incredibly rare and is only limited to 1,000. My personal setback is I didn't get the other portrait. Womp womp. But we'll have Mondo replace that. Hopefully, right? So curious to know what your thoughts are, enchanters. I'm beyond thrilled to own this piece. Cannot wait to add him to my dio. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that smash button. It means the absolute world. Curious to know what your thoughts on this piece. Were you able to cop this piece during the pre-order? So curious to know. Comment below. And until the next one, enchanters, keep collecting.